All right, I guess we could do Vaccination Nation. You know what I'm saying? Since we
Okay.
we could start there while you pull it up.
Yes.
We've mentioned it on a couple podcasts already, so we might as well start there. Let's get this intro popping. So this is Food, Fitness, and Fun with Dre and J.D. This is episode 4. These things are happening quickly. I like it. So for a couple podcasts now, we've mentioned vaccines. It's a really hot topic all across the globe. I even saw in the paper Thursday morning or Wednesday morning. Pretty sure it was Thursday morning. President Biden is, I guess, donating. He's donating vaccines to countries that aren't able to really get the vaccines popping to try to do more in the global effort to fight COVID. Did you peep that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that. So it's interesting. And I think people's stance on it is very interesting. Going back to our microwave conversation, I think that a lot of people right now are in this mindset where they feel that you have to be extremely anti or extremely for it, and that you've kind of got to stick to your guns and try to convert people to whatever side you're on. I think it's silly, to be honest. I think that people should just be respectful of whatever it is other people want to do. You know, a lot of people like to say your body, your choice, but I feel like that's not applying to everything when it should. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't want to vaccinate, I don't think that should be the end of our friendship. Or if I do want to vaccinate, I don't think that should be the end of our friendship. And I'm not saying anyone I know personally is ending friendships, but there are people taking very extreme stances on this. I've seen people share posts that say things like, if you can't be responsible and get vaccinated, then fuck you and don't come near me. And if you feel that way and we were friends, then consider us not friends. And I'm like, wow, that's a really strong stance. Yeah. And listen, you know, I feel you. You know, when you feel passionately about something, sometimes you just really want to stand on that ground. But I just wonder, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, are you going to regret losing all those quote unquote friends? Because to me, I can't really. All right, well, my view on friendship is very specific. I feel like everybody's not a friend. I feel like to wear the title of friend, you have to hit a certain level of trust, like Meet the Fockers, you know what I'm saying? Circle of trust, Greg on the outside, you know what I'm saying? To get in a circle of trust is to be a friend, for me. And for me, that means that once you get there, you know, I'm not just looking to cut you off immediately. To me, I don't really want to lose friends because I cherish the few friends I have. People that I consider friends. And it makes me wonder 5 years, 10 years from now, after you said fuck you to everybody for either taking or not taking, because I'm saying I've seen this on both sides, to be clear. I wonder, are you going to regret it? And did you ever really consider them friends? Because me personally, I really don't view it that way. You know what I'm saying? If my stance is the opposite of yours, that's okay. To me, that's one of the beautiful things about this country, is that we can disagree and still be friends. We can have opposite beliefs and still be friends. And I think that people forget that when they get wrapped up in these strong stances and kind of get this tunnel vision. And I'm seeing a lot of that with vaccines. So yeah, I wonder what your stance is on, you know, on people's strong stances. What's your view on the strong stance people are taking? And, what's your stance on the vaccine, for or against? And then I'll answer the same question.
Yeah. So I don't fault people for their strong stances
Mm-hmm.
because it's coming down from the top down so heavy.
Right.
You know, there's a tremendous amount of pressure. I mean, they're literally telling people, you know, help save somebody else's life. Help
Right.
save this 80-year-old grandmother's life.
Yep.
You know, do your civic duty.
Yep.
And go get vaccinated. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's coming down so heavy that, of course, if that's the way you are setting it up, then of course that's the way people are going to take it. So you
Mm-hmm.
can't fault them for seeing it in such a very serious light. So I'm not mad at them, you know, for that. But I do say that, like we always say, you know, there's always like two sides of a coin, or there's just, you know, numerous perspectives.
Right.
And I just feel like, okay, well, I dig it. And so my initial, and I still feel this way, is like, hey, everybody who wants to take it should take it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you want it, it should be freely available for you, and you can take it. And that's where we are right now. But now we've crossed that threshold, and now we're at the point of it's like, okay, well, it's available, but some people are not still taking it.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, now the question is, well, what are their apprehensions? And rather than people actually addressing their apprehensions, it's shit like, well, if you get it, you can win $1 million.
Right.
You can get a free beer. We can
Right.
give you some tickets to the game.
Right. Free Metro cards and shit.
No one was ever saying, listen, man, I take the vaccine if you give me a beer. You know, like that's not stopping someone from getting it. So you're not really dealing with a person's apprehensions.
Mm-hmm.
So people have apprehensions, and, you know, I don't see people dealing with them. So I'll just name one for right now. Maybe I'll name others, who knows. But one is like, okay, if you take the vaccine and you develop, and I know everyone's saying, oh no, but the chances of this happening is like, you know, very, very rare. But if you develop any, health issues from it, you know, any sort of like rare, however rare they are, if you develop any health issues, any adverse reactions to it, that's on you. And when I say that's on you, you cannot.
They're not liable.
Right. You cannot sue anyone. The government, the manufacturers, the Rite Aid that you got it from. That's all on you. So they took that away from you. So it's like, well, wait a second. Well, I don't want to do this. You are encouraging me to do it, but if something happens to me, well, that's just on me. Well, that would make people incredibly apprehensive, right? Like, yo, like, y'all gonna do something about this? Like, is that the way it's going down? And so that's just one example where, you know, people are apprehensive. But if you ask me, like, personally, like what you just did, yo, Dre, how you feel about personally, you know, this may not come across very eloquent, but for me, it's like, well, why aren't you taking it? I don't trust white people. Like, what the fuck? I don't know how else to say it. You know what I'm saying? Now,
all right. Taking this podcast to a whole new level now, baby.
When I say I don't trust white people, I don't mean like individually, like Bob and Sarah. No, what I'm saying is
Sarah.
Like institutions. You know what I'm saying? These are like white institutions, and you know, and when I say that, people always like, but there are black people who are taking it, and I'm like, well, congratulations to them. You know, there were black people who went and caught other black people who escaped from slave, you know, plantations. There were black people who whipped other black people at the behest of white people. So these black people who are doing it, they're doing it because, I could do a better term, but fuck it. Because, these white, policy holders are telling them to do it. These, quote unquote slave masters, if you will, are telling you to do it. Now, I'm not saying that I don't believe in science. I'm not saying that I don't believe in the data. All I'm saying is that for me personally, my own personal shit, I don't trust y'all. And when I see other white people who are just like, yo, I don't trust white people. It's like, yo, word, you know what I mean? Because that was my thing. It's like, it's so many of them who don't even trust them. It's like, man, I'm sorry. And if we're talking about, well, we need to make data-driven decisions, well, let's look at the data. Let's look at history. What institution in America, and people can write in if they want to, what institution in America can you say deserves our trust?
Right.
Let me know one. I'll wait. Like Cat
I knew it.
Williams,
I knew you gonna hit him with the Cat Williams. Don't worry.
You know what I mean?
Wait.
I'll wait. What institution can you say, this institution is trustworthy? Because what they're really saying is like, hey, listen, I know I did fucked up shit, but this time it's different. And then my response is always like, but you said that last time. Oh yeah. I know I said that last time, but this time it's different. But you said that last
baby,
time.
but I'm gonna change this time, baby. Baby, I promise.
Okay, I know that first time and that other time, I know I said that and I still fucked up. But no, seriously though, this time you can trust me. Okay, but what I'm saying is that last time and that time before that, we trusted you and you still stabbed us in the back. You still deemed yourself to be untrustworthy. So I have issues with it. That's just me. The other part is, there's a lot more information in terms of like, some people seriously may not need it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether you got COVID before and now you have the antibodies and your body's like, I got you. Or, like any, we kind of forget what this is, like any, SARS or COVID, common cold, blah, blah, blah. Some people's immune system is like, I got you. You've been exposed, but son, I got you. You don't have to worry about it.
Right.
And so I feel people when they're like, well, why take that chance? Why take that gamble? I dig it. That's what you want to do. But my thing is, well, if my immune system is like, I got you, and I have strong, apprehensions with trusting white institutions, that's real for me. Now, I get it, some people, put their hand on their heart and, play, the flag and they just love and they just, some cats are like that. They're just like, nah, it's different this time. That's way back in the day. Okay, well, you trust them, you trust them.
Right.
I don't know. I live the life where I don't see my data-driven decision says there's no absolute reason to trust these institutions, so I choose not to.
Gotcha.
So that's me. Yeah.
Well, let me respond to two things. One, you say you don't see a lot of people addressing the apprehensions. Same person we mentioned last podcast, John Oliver. He did a really interesting piece. Yeah, he did a really interesting piece. He went out there and he tried to put his best foot forward, and I thought it was interesting. I like that. He puts data up and quote sources and things like that. It definitely makes it easier to trust him. He always does that. I'm just saying that because of this specific topic. But I think it's great that he does that. And I thought it was a really interesting piece. I watched it the same day it came out. So I think he's doing that, and I think it possibly, if there was more of that going on, then maybe, it would help. It would help with the people's high apprehensions, as you said. Now, as far as me, I kind of feel similar. As far as the vaccine, because there are several. I know there's the Pfizer and Moderna, both 2 shots, pretty similar in origin and the way they're put together. Then the Johnson & Johnson was on and then off and now back on. I'll be honest, prior to the blood clot situation with Johnson & Johnson, if I had to choose one, it would have been Johnson & Johnson. Now I know the baby powder was giving people cancer issues and increasing chances of cancer. I'm totally aware of that and how it damaged their reputation. Totally aware. And it's really fucked up. Goes back to what you just said about trusting institutions. But if I had to choose one, that would have been my choice because there's no mRNA. They made it old school style.
Right.
But then this blood clot thing happened and I was like, well, I guess I'm lucky I don't have to choose one. I guess I'm lucky they didn't say, choose one or that's it. Currently, I wouldn't take it. For me, I understand the John Olivers. I understand my intellectual friends who have had intellectual conversations with me about it. I have had intellectual conversations with some of my friends, both older and younger friends. And, I feel everybody who's with it. I'm not. For me, it's too new. This mRNA stuff is too new. This vaccine is too new. And, perhaps in time I will take it. But at this moment, my answer is no. It's too new. We don't really know how it's going to affect our bodies long term. No one's even had it a year. Maybe a year, 2 years from now, I'll say, hey, you know what? Next go around that they start doing the shots, I'll take that. But for me right now, I'm looking at it like a PlayStation or an iPhone or a Samsung phone. You never get the first wave. You know what I'm saying? They ain't fixed the bugs yet. You don't know what's going to happen yet. You know what I'm saying? Galaxy phones was blowing up at one time. I remember when some PlayStations came out, they was just shutting down completely after an hour or two of usage. You know what I'm saying? And iPhones was all bugged up and fucking up. You don't get the first wave. You let cats go get the first wave, put their complaints in, and let them fix the bugs. You know what I'm saying? Let them fix the issues. And then maybe you go cop a P5. You know what I'm saying? I'm not copping the first wave of P5s. So that's kind of my stance. Now, I will say I'm not on some extreme shit like a lot of other people. There are a lot of people that are like, oh, you won't get vaccinated? What? Well, fuck you. And there's people on the other side. What? You putting that mRNA shit in your body? Yo, fuck you, man. I'm not on either of those. My thing is, if you want to get it, go get it. You know what I'm saying? I remember me and you had a conversation a while ago when it was first starting to kick off when they were first kicking off the distribution of the vaccines. And, me and you had a real solid conversation. You said the same thing I was thinking. Like, if y'all want to get it, go get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not for it, but that don't mean you can't get it. And I'm not going to knock it. It's just like, to me, it's the same thing as being pro or anti anything else. You know what I'm saying? Going back to our microwave conversation, if you don't like microwaves and you want to heat up your food on the stove, yo, man, more power to you. I'm not mad at you. I'm not going to curse you out or try to convince you to buy a microwave. I'm not going to buy you a microwave as a birthday present.
Right.
Same thing here. I'm not going to show up at your crib and try to convince you not to take it. Yo, you want to take it, man? Listen, I salute you. I salute your bravery. I salute your courage. I salute your willingness to take a risk.
Yeah.
And that's it. And if you don't want to take it, then I think that's fine too. Whatever your reason is. Some people don't trust the mRNA shit. Some people, like you said, don't trust the institutions. Some people think it's too good to be true. I got a friend that's like, yo, if this shit works and it's so good, why are they trying so hard to convince us? It's too good to be true. They're giving away Metro cards in New York. There's places putting you in raffles to win $1.6 million every day. There's all type of shit. And she's like, nah, I just don't believe it. It's too good to be true. This never happened in my lifetime. They never did this with a flu shot or anything else. And I feel her. Yeah. I feel her. And listen, I get it. So my thing is, I support whatever people want to do. I have friends on both sides. I have lots of friends who have gotten the vaccines. Thankfully, they're all okay. No one has had a reaction that put them in the hospital. One person I know had a really bad reaction. They were out for 2 days. Not, in a coma or anything. They just were, really ill for 2 days. For the large part, everyone I know has been fine. And I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad that no one has had any crazy adverse effects. So that's my stance on it. Now, what I want to transition into, which is also on our list, is masks. I think that a lot of this with the mask is really, really interesting because at this point, I get that people are tired of the masks, but it's extremely interesting to me how willy-nilly people have gotten with the masks. Both vaccinated and not vaccinated people are just like, yeah, fuck the mask. I'm done wearing it. I'm like, son, what are you doing? It's like, okay, it's like, all right, wait, let's look at the data here. They already told you you can get COVID while vaccinated. And it's happened to mad people. 9 Yankees, this celebrity, that celebrity, people people are still catching COVID. This is not COVID immunity. It's supposed to suppress your symptoms. If you believe what they're saying, it suppresses your symptoms. But you can still catch COVID. So y'all don't give a fuck? Y'all just want to catch COVID? That's really crazy to me. The next thing is, it's like, okay, listen, nobody likes the mask. I don't like it. You don't like it. My kid doesn't like it. My dad doesn't like it. My sister doesn't like it. None of us like it. But you're just going to say, fuck the mask? And be on a packed subway train at rush hour? Just breathing on everybody? Wow. And I have to be honest, maybe this makes me a little bit of a dick. I don't know. And if people say I'm a dick, I'll take it. In the words of J. Cole, I'll take it, baby, I'll take it. But weren't y'all the same ones just telling me I need to do my civic duty and be responsible? If you got the vaccine and you're not wearing a mask at all, isn't that a little irresponsible? Because you could still catch COVID and you could still spread COVID.
Oh, yeah.
There's no data that says you definitely cannot spread. Yeah, I'm here, baby. I'm still here.
Yeah, I hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello?
Yeah. We're good.
Yeah.
There's no definitive data showing that you can't spread COVID. I've checked the CDC website. I've read everything that's been put out so far. It says it's highly unlikely. But that's not data. That's just opinion pieces. So, you're not going to do your civic responsibility. You just got the shot and was like, yo, fuck life. I'm out. Fuck everybody. I'm out.
Yeah, that's the thing, son. The thing is the path to normalcy, right? Like everybody wants to go back to normal.
But there's not going to be any normal anymore. Yeah, but there's no more normal.
That's what I'm saying is that, well, okay, we all go back to normal. So what path do we take? And so now there's some people who are like, all right, I'm going to go back to normal by going back to normal, motherfucker. Like, I'm not going to do, I'll just do the shit I was doing, a year and a half ago.
Right.
But other people feel that now that I've done the responsible thing or what the government and society is telling me I need to do, I did my part. Now I can go back to normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I paid my dues. My dues were 2 shots in the arm. Now I can go back to normal. So this sense of going back to normal. And you're absolutely right. There is no normal. Or, in fact, there shouldn't be a normal. Like, we should be learning from this. We said, like we said before, like, the Asian population figured it out 20 years ago. When walking around New York City or other quote unquote Chinatowns around America, they were all wearing masks. And like, they crazy, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
They already figured it out. Like, there's shit that's in the air. Protect your neck. Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, you best protect your neck. You best protect your neck.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, well, there is no normal, but everybody want to go back there. People want to go back into the packed, stadiums, businesses want to have packed venues, blah, blah, blah. Everybody want to go back to that. And, now that's the question is, should we ever go back to that at all, period? I'm necessarily no. Once again, I can just talk for me. I know for me, I'm at the point now, like that mask is kind of like my little security blanket. It may not do anything. When you're a kid and you're afraid of the monster, so you just go underneath your cover.
That's
as
right.
if the cover could do anything. It's
That's right. Mommy, can you
anything.
pass me my teddy? I need my teddy.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a little
I need my teddy.
blanket.
No, but there's no monsters. I know, but Teddy's gonna protect. I need my teddy. Can I have my teddy?
It's gonna make me right. So my little mask, I don't even wear N95. I've always wore like the disposable joints, whatever. Right. But it's like, but that's my little thing. Like, and they shown, because what you're saying is right. I just saw a piece the other day where now colds have increased. Just the regular common colds are starting to come back because we took our mask off, we were around each other, and now we open it. So my thing has always been like, yo, I didn't catch a cold, I didn't catch nothing. I'm around people all the time. I'm gonna keep my mask on. Fuck that.
Right. Being an essential worker, we gotta be. Yeah.
Now, another thing I wanted to kind of talk about, because you hit on it, is this, when a person is an early adopter, because he was basically going into that, being the first, and it's like, that makes a lot of sense because, as much as they're saying in terms of, they did this study, that study, this is the largest study, it's all really still new. So we're trying to figure it out.
Listen, the virus is still new. That's what people have yet to realize. In the span of a virus, like in the lifetime of a virus, this virus is a baby.
Yeah, and so
virus is a baby.
It's like we're going to still need more and more information, more and more data, see how things go, and that's a real apprehension for a lot of people. Now I get it. I love that people are early adapters. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't get better without a lot of people or a few people taking the risk to be the first one. You know, self-driving car. What? That sounds dope. I'm all in. Right? Not me, but you go ahead, because the only way the self-driving car is going to get better is by people going in there and getting in.
Right. That's how we get to Minority Report. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's like, we realize doing this, that smashes people, and if we do this, that kills people. So we won't do that. We'll program the car to do this, that, and the third. And it gets better and better and better. Whether you talk about an iPhone or whatever. And medicine is the same thing. You come out with some sort of thing, you do a study, then you do a larger study, and then, you put it out there. But remember, medicine is still called a practice.
Yep.
Right? It's not an absolute. You're still practicing as you're doing it. Oops, we didn't know that. We'd do that. So let's not do that again. You know? So, I mean, shout out to all the early adopters. Like you said, I give them much strength. I give them much credit. But everybody's not going to want to be an early adopter. And you're trying to put pressure on people for not being an early adopter. And I really feel like this segment might have to be called Discrimination Vaccination Nation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because now this is the new thing to discriminate people by. Like you were saying before, whether you're talking about people dating one another or befriending one another. It's even so bad with some people you may not be able to eat now, because it's like, well, we're not hiring you if you haven't got vaccinated and you can show us proof. It's getting to that point now. It's going that way. But then when people use terms like mark of the beast, you got to understand where that's coming from. It's like you're basically telling me, if I don't get this vaccine, if I don't get this mark, then I can't move about society the way I might want to. I can't get on this particular plane or go to this country or go to this sports venue or get this job to feed my family because I didn't get that,
And to me, that's where it gets really sticky, because that is where big government and borderline tyranny come, because I have seen that a lot of big, huge corporations are in support of and pushing for quote unquote COVID passports. Walmart is one of the ones that I saw maybe like 2-3 months ago. And Walmart is like, yeah, we are in full support of COVID passports and we will help push them. And I'm like, yeah, see, that is where it gets a little sticky for me.
Well,
and
not only, yeah, go ahead. I'm not bad.
No, come on, man. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
And what's interesting to me is, I don't know if you read the article I sent you the other day, but now studies are coming out saying, well, people who don't eat meat are like 72% less likely to catch COVID. I'm like, oh, wow. Would you look at that? So less chances of cancer, less chances of heart disease, and now less chances of catching COVID. I didn't make this up. Routers and Yahoo News put this information out, and they say it's from recently released science. So this is not stuff that was just made up. It is backed by sources. I don't quote things without citing sources.
No doubt, but this is why conspiracy theories tend to grow. Because when you have everyone conspiring in a sense to say, push this, no matter what, it has people think like, okay, what's behind it? Right. And you don't need much to light that match. Like you were saying before, like, okay, yeah, these governments and companies are trying to create all these incentives to get you to do it. We're going to give you this, we're going to give you this, we're going to give you this. You know, there's an old episode of the Twilight Zone. You know,
the original or the remake?
The
they
original.
Actually just remade it.
Yeah. I've seen it. I've seen the remake, and it's dope, by the way. But
okay.
The original, you know, this is me showing my age. It's like
I don't want to say nothing. I was like, damn, I'm taking them back. I don't know if they just got that clue right there.
It's all good. I don't, you know, hey, you know, the clues are the clues.
No.
But there's an episode which is one of my favorite Twilight Zone episodes called "To Serve Man."
Okay.
Have you ever seen it?
No.
Okay,
I've seen very few Twilight Zone episodes.
Yeah.
When I was a young lad, my dad used to sometimes sit me down and be like, hey, watch this one real quick. This one is crazy.
So "To Serve Man" is this really interesting one, but it makes me, when I hear this, it makes me think of this, where these aliens came down from some planet, whatever, right? They got these like huge big heads, they're bigger than everybody, like super tall, whatever. And, you know, they come down, they're like, yo, man, like, you know, everyone's frantic. Oh my God, the aliens, oh my, what do they want? And they come down like, listen, man, we come in peace. We came to be your friends. We're solution oriented. We're here to help y'all out. And so they're like, so people are skeptical, like, I don't know, like whatever. So they're way more advanced than us, right, than human beings. And what do they start doing to prove themselves to be, benevolent? Yeah, benevolent, right? To prove themselves to be like these benevolent beings. They start fixing, problems and like, oh, yo, son, what you got? Cancer? Here you go, boom, cancer drug. Whoa, that's what's up. Yo, what's going on? You got like, you know, food scarcity, is not enough food to go around. I'm gonna show you how you can turn all these deserts into like plentiful land. Boom. Oh man, they fixing everything. They fixing this, they fixing that. So after a while of them keep doing this over and over and over, people are like, yo, man, like
the aliens is alright.
The aliens are great. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, they've been here for a while now. Right. Months and months and months. All they've been doing is fixing stuff. So, that's what's going on. And they're like, look, we're trying to let y'all know that we're so dope. We're so great. We're here to help y'all out. You know, we're willing to, you know, bring some of you to our home planet and, you know, hey, like, you know, y'all could live even better there if you want to. You know, they ain't forcing nobody, but if you want to do it, you know, you can come on through. Mad people excited. Oh man, I'm out of here, son. I'm gonna go move with the aliens. These cats is all about it. Yeah, they trying to
next stop Mars.
Yeah, why y'all so against them? Y'all motherfucking these aliens are the. So one of the aliens had left a book. He was giving a speech to like the UN or something. Mm-hmm. And he, by accident, had left this book. Mm-hmm. So obviously the humans got it, military got it. They're trying to decipher it, right? It's in this like crazy alien language. They can't decipher it. So throughout the whole episode, they're trying to decipher it. They can't. But the aliens are still solving shit. Like, yeah, we solving this, we solving that. Free electricity. Listen, y'all doing it all wrong. Yeah, electricity. Yo, these aliens are killing the game. So, people start getting onto their ships. Yeah, boy, we gonna really live now. Yeah, we going to another planet. They gonna just treat us right. They get on. The aliens is waving by. They about to get on. One decoder figured it out. Mm-hmm. The title of the book is To Serve Man. And so they're like, oh man, this is, the whole time they were right. They just came here to serve us. Mm-hmm. Right? Okay, dope, cool. They're getting in, everybody's getting in. They start to decipher it further. Oh shit. To Serve Man is a cookbook. These niggas is fattening us up to eat our asses. And they're like, oh shit, they figured it out. Boom. They jump in the fucking spaceship, wherever, and they out. And now the motherfuckers that's in that ship is trapped. Like, oh my God.
Oh, it's over.
What the fuck? And they're like, listen, man, don't it be alright? Like, yeah, we like to eat humans. Y'all niggas is delicious. You know what I'm saying? But I can't eat y'all when y'all sick, and I can't eat y'all when y'all got
nobody want that. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I gotta make sure y'all good, like cows or something. I gotta make sure y'all good.
Yeah, it's cattle.
So I bring that up to say, like, sometimes, when people's antennas is going up, when you got everybody telling you, oh, The Rock says to go take the vaccine, and the president says to take the vaccine, and your favorite rapper is telling you to do it, and everybody's telling you to do it, and how beneficial it is, and I'll give you $1 million. You start to think like, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are y'all trying to do here? This is so benevolent. All of a sudden the government is benevolent. Everyone's benevolent. Everyone's looking out for your best interest. You start to think like, people trying. Why you want me to be docile with this thing? What's the end game? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah, check that shit out.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I mean, listen, man. A virus attacks your body and your immune system. Build your immune system. That's it. Do what you got to do. Yeah. Do what you can do to build your immune system. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Right.
That's it. Fuck it. All right, man. Let's throw something fun in here. You got a topic up here. Hot girl / hot boy summer. What's up with that, man? What's going on, son?
That's the thing, right? Like all these. All right. I don't even know where to start. All these women, as soon as the weather start getting piece of warm, that's the new thing. Hot girl summer. I'm having a hot girl summer. Hot girl summer. You trying to what? I'm trying to have this hot girl summer, girl. Whatever. And so I'm saying that.
Hold on. I just want to wave goodbye to all of our women listeners. Bye, ladies.
No.
Thanks. Because it's been real.
Real women are going to keep it real, especially women who are in the fitness, to think that, okay, you want that hot girl summer, which basically in that hot body. Okay, you want that hot body. You're 30 to 50 pounds overweight, but somehow, through some miracle of science, you're going to get your body fat percentage down to 10 to 5% or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, son, it's just a trip to DR, if that's what we're talking about.
In a matter of fucking couple of weeks, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like summer is already here. So it's like, I'm about to have this hot girl summer. It's hot boy summer, whatever the hell. It's like, like, stop. Like, if you really trying to do a real body transformation, healthy, not surgery, not taking
you don't want going to Ecuador and DR, you know what I'm saying? Miami.
But even that, even if you say, I'm going to go get this surgery, you're still going to have mounds of inflammation when you come out. You're still talking about a solid 3 weeks, 4 weeks
Yeah.
For the inflammation to go down, you're not going to see results from surgery within a month. You might see results from surgery.
There's a healing period.
Months. Right.
Yeah, they let them know beforehand. It's like a 2-week healing period at the clinic that you go to. I know somebody who did it about a year and a half ago. And, maybe more than that. I don't know, whatever, yo. It's basically you gotta be there for a month. And then like the next 2-3 weeks after, you have to, adhere to certain policies and do certain things to help bring the inflammation down. A lot of anti-inflammatory drugs, which the women I know who have had the surgery done say it doesn't really help. The pain is excruciating following.
Of course. But my thing is, you're not going to get to that body that you're talking about getting to. And for, let's give you, I'm being very gracious here, maybe 3 months. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, it's like, well, if you're looking at it like that, between 3 to 6 months, well, within 3 months, it's not a hot girl summer anymore, is it? Like, summer is pretty much done.
Right.
And you can probably do a significant body transformation through, like, diet and exercise if you took it seriously, you know what I'm saying? And so you shouldn't even really be focused on the hot girl summer or hot boy summer or whatever. It should be more like, yo, how you want to look for 2022. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Give yourself 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Be like, yo, I'm preparing for next year now, this summer. So when 2022 get around, you don't have to go retarded crazy trying to join gyms and, you know, this year is my year. I'm going to do it this year. No. Won't you start now, right? And then make your goal the more realistic one and say, yeah, I'm giving myself 3 months and then I'm going to lose X amount of body fat. Rather than setting yourself up for failure to somehow think because you just started going back into the gym and now you're going twice a week or 3 times a week, somehow magically by the summer, you're going to have a bikini body. Like, no.
So is that what the women that you've heard saying hot girl summer are talking about? Their bodies?
Their bodies, the way they look.
I'm saying, have they said that specifically to you?
Yes.
That's really interesting because that's not what most people mean when they say hot girl summer.
All right, go ahead. Go on.
I don't think they heard the song that came out like a year or 2 ago. That's right. You see, cycles agree. Fucking cycles out here. Anyway, yeah, most people who are saying that, that's not what they mean. The hot girl summer is a summer to be promiscuous, to party, and to quote unquote turn up. That is what hot girl summer means on a mainstream level. That's what the song insinuates. Hot girl summer came from a song, I think it was last year. If not, it was the year before. I'm pretty sure it was last year. But anywho, it's really interesting that people are saying it's about their body. I wonder, do they mean that they have to get their body right so they can be partying and promiscuous and turning up?
Of course. Of course. When you're talking about, yo, there's a beach party happening, you know, you don't want to be the person at the beach party looking like a beached whale. You know what I mean? You want to look like an Instagram bitch. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one. Yeah, I'm gonna plead the fifth. Listen, you can make real,
Fifth.
Yeah, I mean, of all the amendments, one is my favorite, and that is the fifth. And you said, ask me something else. Fifth. One more time. Fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth. You can make a real transformation in 6 weeks. Last year when COVID started, when everything was shutting down, I lost like 25 pounds in 6 weeks and was in probably the best shape I've ever been in my adult life.
But how did you do it though, son?
Right. Okay, so that's where I'm about to get to. Hold on, son. Hold on.
Because most people are not going to do what you did, but I'm listening.
But this is the thing. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get it in, then you got to get it in. So I was a person who didn't sleep a lot. I upped my sleep. You know, I still sleep probably what's the bare minimum to some people, but it's more than I slept before. I was sleeping 4, maybe 5 hours a night. Well, a day because I work overnight, but I was sleeping 4, maybe 5 hours a day. I've upped that to 6, 7 hours a day. I completely stopped eating outside food because when COVID first hit, we didn't have a choice. It was like, nah, you can't eat outside. Besides, everything will get you sick. So I was like, oh yeah, everything is closed and I ain't going to risk it and get sick. So I ate all my meals at home. I cooked and I had basically, a vegetable-based meal, a plant-based meal, and then my other meal was either a smoothie or a smoothie bowl. Most of the time it was a smoothie. And then my snack, because I was like, all right, if I'm going to do all this shit, I might as well eat the healthy snacks and not just throw it away with Oreos and shit. So my snack was like nuts and seeds. And I was trying to consume all the best things possible. And then I was getting it in. I was doing an interval training workout that's about 15 minutes long, 5 days a week. And 3 days a week, I was jogging 2.5 miles. And in 6 weeks, I lost 25 pounds and was in the best shape I've been in my adult life. If you got 6 weeks to do it, this is how you can do it without knife work, as they call it. Without going to one of the quote unquote Latin American countries and getting sliced up or going to Miami. This is how you can do it. You know, you have to be dedicated. The same way you make sure you watch that show every Tuesday at 9 p.m. The same way you make sure that you've got your favorite snacks. The same way you make sure you got those Jordans the same day they drop. You can be dedicated and do this. Is it easy? No, but the things that are really worth keeping in life seldom are easy. So if you want to do it, you can do it. Now, I don't know if you're going to drop 100 pounds in 6 weeks. I don't know if you're going to, you said people who are saying this are 50 pounds, overweight. I don't know if you're going to drop 50 pounds, but I will say if you're 50 pounds overweight and you drop half of that, it's definitely a significant change and it should be a significant motivation to keep going. Me personally, my fuck up was I was a dick. When things started opening again and we found out that we didn't have to wipe down everything that we purchased, I was like, so Domino's is open again? Yo, I ain't had a cheesy bread in how long? Yeah, let me get a cheesy bread, extra cheese. What you got, lava cakes back there too? Yeah, I'll take a lava cake. What you said, friend? Friend, you want some too? Yeah, and let me get, what you want? Oh, y'all have garlic knots? Oh shit, who knew Domino's had garlic knots? Yeah, let me, bring the garlic knots too. What? For $1 more, we get a 2-liter Pepsi? Yeah, send that too. Thanks. Here's $35. Thanks, Domino's. You know what I'm saying? Haagen-Dazs is open. I'm walking to work. There's a Haagen-Dazs right by my job. I have to walk past it every day. When the shit was closed, I wasn't thinking about it. Them bright lights was on as I was coming out the train station. I said, oh, so Haagen-Dazs is open? Oh, word? You got brownie ice cream back there? Word? Oh, and chocolate Oreo ice cream? Oh, it's called Midnight Oreo. Midnight what? Oh, Midnight Cookies and Cream. Oh, that's crazy. What you said? Whipped cream is free of charge? I hate y'all. Put it there. You know, it's like, all right, so here comes your 25 pounds right back. That was my fuck up, but if you're trying to have a wild out summer, I mean, get your 6 weeks in. Today is still not, well, when this comes out, it'll be the middle of June. 6 weeks from now would be August. Roughly. You still got a whole month and change in August. If you start today, if you say, hey, listen, no more ordering out, and even ordering out, let's keep it real. You could order out and eat healthy shit. Like, yeah, there's Taco Bell and Domino's and all the fast food and junk, but there's also still places where you can get a Caesar salad, you know what I'm saying, or something, you know, a quinoa with some salmon, you know, whatever you like. Everybody likes different shit. Pasta carbonara. I mean, like, there's a lot of healthy shit you could still order, but you gotta cut down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the ice cream king. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see a person who eats more ice cream than me and is not on my 600-pound life. I would like to meet you. If you eat more ice cream than me and you're not on my 600-pound life, maybe I'll buy you a pint of ice cream. But I'm the king of ice cream. But when this shit was happening and I was trying to get busy, I wasn't eating ice cream fucking 3 times a week because I knew I would be undoing everything I did. I couldn't have 6 fraps a week. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, so you drink coffee? Oh, you don't got to get a frap. Switch to the iced coffee or go black coffee if you like coffee. I hate the taste of coffee. I don't do black coffee, but that doesn't mean I got to get a McDonald's frap or a 40 ounce Wawa's frap. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's still things you can do that can allow you to have caloric deficit, cut the fats, cut the sugar, and go in. But you got to be dedicated. The same way you make sure you brush your teeth every morning, the same way you make sure, oh, I want to smell good. Let me spray this perfume or cologne real quick. You know, it's no different. You have to be dedicated to the cause. You want to turn up, you want to party, you want to look the best you ever looked, you want to live your best life. Well, then you got to be your best dedicated level you can. You know what I mean? You have to have the highest level of dedication you can. You have to work out 5 days a week. You got to get busy, and you got to focus on your goals. If you're trying to just hit a dress in 6 weeks, when September come, I want to hit this dress that's 4 sizes down. All right, well, so all right, so then get busy.
I'm trying to go to.
Yeah, all right, great, get busy.
Here's the thing, though, son, and I'm gonna keep it completely 100. You can do everything you just said and still not lose 25 pounds. Why? You did it because that's your genetics. That's the way your body is. Everybody's metabolism and genetics and the rate that they lose fat is going to be a little bit different. And so I have to put this out here because it's like, I don't want anybody to think that, oh, well, I did everything that this dude did and it didn't work. You know? And why is that? Because, it's going to take time. It's everybody's body is different. It's like some cats can go to the gym, strength train. You see them in a month, you be like, damn, what the fuck you do? That's just how their body responds. Right. You know what I'm saying? Well, other cats been like, I've been in the gym for 2 years and I've hardly gained any muscle. That's just different. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like one's genetics, one's age, one's metabolic rate. All these things are going to have
skin elasticity.
So, right, your skin elasticity, all that good shit is going to be like, right, but it's like, oh man, like, maybe they did drop to 25, but now you got all this like hanging fat. It's like, oh my God, like this looks even worse. So, all I'm saying is you got to put things into perspective. You got to give stuff time. It may not work for you like that. It's a good idea to get in shape, but you need to get in shape if you're going to get in shape because that's what you want to do. But when you give yourself these like artificial timelines, like, I got this wedding in 3 weeks and I need to drop 25 pounds so I can be a size 2. You're setting yourself up for failure, possibly. You know what I'm saying? Rather than just saying, okay, in 3 weeks, I'm going to lose as much as I can. You know, or God forbid, you end up in the hospital because you did go too hard. Like, what is calories in, calories out? I heard him say caloric deficit. All right, well, I'm going to burn 2,000 calories, 3,000 calories a day, and I'm only going to eat 1,000. And it's like, ooh, how do you expect your body to have the energy it needs to do the things you want to do? And you end up in the hospital somewhere because you're going too hard. You know, God forbid people start taking all kinds of drugs and, you know, weird ass pre-workouts and shit. You can set yourself up for failure rather than just being like, all right, look, the way I look at it like this, with all weight. Okay, that 25 pounds you're trying to lose, you didn't gain it, you know, in a week. You know what I'm saying? It took you a minute to put it on. So if it took you a minute to put it on, it might take you a minute to take it off. You know, get consistent, and do something that, you know, you can do consistently. What can you do consistently? You know what I'm saying? If you can go 5 days a week, if that is something you can do without it being like super hard for you to do, then go. But if you can't, And you can legitimately say, you know what, I really can't do 5, but yeah, I can do 3, or I can up my activity. Like, hey, I don't really like the gyms, but I can walk a little bit more. You know, I can have dinner and then go for a walk. I could park further away. I could take the long way when I walk to work. You know, if I'm going to get lunch, I'm going to walk further away. I'm going to try to increase my steps. I used to do 10,000. Now I'm trying to get 20,000. All those little things will start to add up. You know, rather than wild it out and, you know, looking in the mirror 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now and being like, oh my God, nothing works, and then falling into depression.
Okay, yes, I agree. But I'm not saying copy and paste what I did. I'm saying commit to your cause. If you want to fit a dress by September, if you want to have a hot girl summer or boy, then you got to be looking at the end of the summer right now. That's number one. Yeah. You want to have significant change? Cool. What I'm saying is, and a lot of trainers say this, even if you Google like Men's Health Constantly, they have a series of like, work out like this person or work out like that person. Yeah. In those series, the trainers are always like, all right, listen, he had to be Wolverine in 9 weeks. That wasn't enough time. We need 12 weeks. They're telling you from the rip, before they even talk about what they did, that time restrictions were in place. They would have felt more comfortable with 12 weeks. Okay, cool. You don't have 12 weeks if you're trying to have a hot boy, hot girl summer. Cool. Then understand that first. Second, commit to something. Yeah, you're right. It don't have to be 5 days. Okay, but you got to commit to at least 3 days a week. You brush your teeth every day. Well, then you can take an hour a day, half hour a day, and do something. Am I saying run 2.5 miles? No, you shouldn't just start running 2.5 miles tomorrow. You're going to hurt yourself like a lot of people did when COVID happened and the gyms were closed. When I went to physical therapy for something I had injured way before COVID and finally was able to get to physical therapy, they were like, yeah, most of our new clients, they hurt themselves during COVID. I'm like, oh, because they was wilding. Yeah, that makes sense. So you have to commit to something is what I'm saying. But yeah, like you said, okay, yeah, park further, double your step count, whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter to me, but commit to it. And yeah, food is a big part of what happens. If you're going to try to fit this dress or have a hot girl summer or whatever, like my birthday's in January. So for me, I'm looking at shit like fuck the summer. By January, I'm trying to look like a god. Fuck what I did last year. I'm trying to look better than that.
That's a reasonable, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Right. So that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
So, but that's what
so far ahead. Yeah.
Right. And that's fine. But my thing is, understand what you're doing. You still have to use reasoning and logic, right? If you say, I'm going to give myself 6 weeks, then understand that in 6 weeks, you're going to see change. Sure. But you're not going to become Zeus overnight. Like, you're not going to look like fucking, what was the original Incredible Hulk's name? The original Incredible Hulk from the TV show.
You talking about Bruce Banner?
No, man, the actor.
Oh, Lou Ferrigno. Oh,
yeah, you're not going to wake up looking like Lou Ferrigno in 6 weeks. Like that, yeah, but you have to, yes, and I agree. You are very correct on that, but that's what I'm saying. Like, listen, in 6 weeks, you will see change. It might be a little bit of change, but you're going to see change. Give yourself 6 weeks, 9 weeks, 12 weeks, and be dedicated to whatever you're going to do. Yo, like I told one of my homegirls recently, you could do Zumba in the crib. There's all type of free Zumba videos on YouTube. Put YouTube on. Do Zumba for 40 minutes every day. 45 minutes every day. 1 hour every day. And if that's too difficult, start at 15 minutes. If you are a couch potato, if you're a person who drives all day, or if you're just a person who actually, I do a lot sitting down. Maybe you're on a laptop for 12 hours. Great. When you take your break and you're ready to unwind, hit that Zumba for 15 minutes. Hit that Zumba for 20 minutes. Hit that Zumba for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour. Do that 3 days a week and call me in 6 weeks. You're going to see changes. Now, am I guaranteeing 25 pounds or your money back? Call us now. No, I'm not guaranteeing that. I'm just saying this was my experience. I understand everything you said. Yeah. Skin elasticity, age, metabolics, all of that shit changes the game. 110% true. But my point is, commit, eat right. Like they say, eat clean. I don't like that term, but that's pretty much what it's saying.
Dumb.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, eat proper. You know, we're all adults. Listen, I know cakes, cookies, and ice cream are not good for me. I love them. I consume them all the time. I get them so often, I don't even have them in my apartment and I still get them because stores are everywhere where I live. I don't have to have a stack of Oreos in my crib. They're in every fucking store. But I know if I'm trying to if I'm trying to obtain a certain goal, I can't eat the Oreos, cakes, cookies, and ice cream. Not 3 days a week. Definitely not. So those are the things that matter. Watch what you're eating, eat properly, and dedicate yourself to some fitness, something. I mean, routine. It don't gotta even be the same thing, but like you said, walk. You know, listen, I'm on a laptop 12 hours a day. I'm getting busy. You know, I'm a day trader. I'm a CEO. I'm a person who has an e-commerce business. I have to be on my laptop all day. Okay, great. When that's over and you close the laptop, go take that 40-minute walk. You don't have to run. You don't have to get on a Peloton. You don't have to fucking commit to the gym and lift whole machines at a time. But you have to do something to hit those goals. That's what I'm saying. Commit to something and give yourself a real level of time. And the last thing I'm going to say, and this is just a tip, long-term goals and short-term goals simultaneously are very helpful. Yes, I want a six-pack, but I'm not just going to wake up with a six-pack. I know I need a goal for today. Hey, you know what? Today I'm going to do 10 Russian twists. Tomorrow I'm going to do 10 crunches. Tomorrow, the next day I'm going to do an entire lower ab routine. I know that if I accomplish those things, they will help me along the road to my long-term goal. If you just say, yo, I want a six-pack. Every day, yo, I want a six-pack. Yo, after about a month, you're going to hate that you don't have a six-pack. It's helpful to have short-term goals. That's it. That's my spiel.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, yo, son, honestly, I feel like the biggest thing that's fucking up the game, and I feel you don't go into this because you're a little bit older and a little bit wiser, but it's like, yo, so many people are looking at social media, Instagram bullshit, and the social media and Instagram bullshit is telling them bullshit. You know?
Oh, of course.
Buy my particular supplement or buy my particular training program.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I mean, it's nothing new out there, but I just feel like
that's as old as the made on TV ads.
Right. It's as old as hip hop ads, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
It predates even that. I mean.
Right. It's like, yo, like, okay, so I can just do these things and that's the thing, like you'll see, you know, those what's like the clickbait shit, right? Where it's like you'll see that's the title. In 2 weeks get abs. Right. Lose 25 pounds in 2 weeks. And people are like, oh, okay, well let me just do this because, you know, this woman, this dude said to do this and I would definitely lose 25 pounds. And it's like, no, and you set yourself up for failure because it's like, well, yeah, they just were selling you a bag of lies. You know,
I mean, I didn't mention social media because you shouldn't be getting your fitness information solely from social media. Social media can be great. I mean, I find all type of great information on TikTok, fitness related, food related, business related, life related, sex related. And people say TikTok is just for dancing. And no, but you also have to cross-reference, and like we've been said on here, check your sources. Okay, get this tummy tea, and in 3 weeks, you're going to lose 10 pounds. All right, why don't you jump on Google and see what's going on with tummy tea? It's in your hand. The phone is already in your hand. The phone lives in our hands. Check it out. Right. See what people are saying. See what feedback is going on. See what stats have come out. There's always feedback and studies and Amazon reviews and all this shit. Fuck Instagram and social media for solely being the source of your information. That goes back to the Donald Trump shit we spoke about as well. It's all media manipulation. All of it. There's different forms of manipulation. There's all types of tools being used against us. That is one of them. Social media is one of them. I don't take anything I see on social media at face value. And we could table this and dive in next week about information on social media or media manipulation, I'm cool with that. But it shouldn't be the sole source. You know what I'm saying? Like, even recipes. Yeah, on TikTok, they're showing me a recipe. Oh man, this plant-based, chick nuggets sounds great. You mean I can make nuggets out of chickpeas? Wow, that's awesome. Cool. Okay, so what? There's other places that may have a better recipe, may have a more healthy recipe, or a speedier recipe. But if I just take TikTok at face value, then I'm just going to always be doing that one thing.
Well, what happens is you look at a person's body and, you know, this kind of happened to you, whatever we were telling you. It's like, well, you look at a person's body, you're like, wow, this person is jacked, this person is ripped, they got the, you know, the fly ass and this and that. So I guess they know what they're doing without understanding, like, okay, there's a lot of photoshopping, video editing happening. One, there's a lot of, you know, people taking illicit drugs, you know, steroids, PEDs, blah, blah, blah. You know, because even like what we were saying before, where it's like, oh yeah, Hugh Jackman, you got to be Wolverine, you know, oh, you got to hurry up and get big, you know, what are you going to do? And of course, he's not going to tell you I'm going to do illegal shit, but he's going to be like, oh yeah, I follow this program. I'm going to have chicken, broccoli, and rice.
Chicken and broccoli. The most famous
rice.
Shit on the planet. Chicken, broccoli, and brown rice, baby.
Brown rice, and I'm going to turn it on. It's like, word, come on, man.
Right.
Because no one is telling the truth, and that's what I'm saying. Right. It's like, yeah, the amount of metabolic damage that's happening when someone goes on these like drastic programs, and the amount of drugs, it's like you're basically a walking Dwayne Reed with all the drugs you have to take to get your body to look like that in such a short amount of time. And even still, with all that, a lot of people still, their bodies won't respond that way. Everybody responds differently. So it's like, maybe this person within a month took all these drugs and got on the craziest diet ever, and they look absolutely phenomenal. That has nothing to do with your metabolism, with your genetics. You know what I'm saying? So calm it down, you know.
Yeah. You have to be realistic. Absolutely. Yeah. That is a big part of it, and that's why I mentioned long-term and short-term goals. But you have to commit. You know what I mean? Even me, I've already said multiple times on here, my biggest issue was consistency. I mean, think about it. A year ago, like end of May, so man, more than a year ago now, I was the lightest and probably the most fit I've ever been in my adult life. If I would have been consistent, who knows how crazy fly I would have been right now.
Right.
But I'm not crazy fly right now because I didn't continue to commit. Once shit started opening up, so did my table. You know what I mean? So did my palate. And I was like, oh yeah, the gym is open. I'll get there. Oh yeah, word. Okay, yeah. I guess I don't have to run today. Yeah, all right, cool. And then, all right, bam, 25 pounds right back, baby. Here.
Right. And the other thing is, man, like enjoying your life and understanding stress and cortisol. Where it's like, I work out pretty consistently. I don't lose myself within it. It's my hobby. Like I said before, yo, this is my hobby. This is fun for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh man, you know, I hear people say to me all the time, I wish I had your consistency. I wish I had this and that. I said, but I'm having fun. Like the same way you like to go out to the bar and like I'm partying.
Right.
When I'm in that gym, I'm partying. It's party time. I'm not even thinking about it. You know? Yeah, I definitely record my stats. I want to know what I'm doing. I'm looking for growth. But if I don't get X amount of growth at X amount of time, I'm not disappointed. You know, sometimes I've noticed, like now I'm noticing because I've been really consistent for a few. It's like, oh man, I noticed, man, my legs respond way faster than my upper body. You know, it takes me a lot more time to get that bigger chest that I want. But my legs would be like, okay, 2 weeks ago.
Transformers.
You know what I'm saying? 2 weeks ago you was doing, 450. Now you're squatting 500. Word legs? You just ready for this right now? Like, man, it's nothing. You know, I'll see you next week. We're going to go up again. All right. You know, that's just me. That's just me genetically. I can't tell everybody they could do that. That's just me. That's just my genetics is just like, yeah, I got you. You know? Right. So, yeah, I dig it in terms of, you know what? You got to be committed. You got to get it in. And the only way you're going to really do that, as I always say, find stuff that you like to do, and then give yourself realistic goals and get out of the BS.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm past my time. I got to get the fuck out of here.